board today. I thank all those who they always be present for watch, even when I not announce my present. I also thank all those who they don't follow this particular page and where they go always continue to follow the page. I thank all those who they don't stay steadfast for the last 4 years in particular, say we make the regime completely ungovernable. And I also thank the youths where they don't drive out all those old fake leaders where they thief $2 million for embezzle and for build their houses there for Maryland, and where they try as much as possible for project themselves as being relevant in the revolution where be youth led. I thank everyone for being on board. Cabin crew ready for departure. I will give you a few minutes for share this particular edition. I encourage everybody for share, and share. I hope my sound quality today will be perfect so that make everybody hear me, make everybody understand me, and make everybody understand the message we are be out for push them out today. Ambazonians, 3 key things then they're on board. The ADF don't just launch a strike action. We are going to show them for here. 14 La République du Cameroon terrorists, they be dead as I speak. And this one provoked me for come on live for can show the message and for show the images. But I encourage everybody, say if you want misbehave for inside comment section, you go be deleted because we get admins where they watch the comments section very keenly and you go be deleted. Number 2 message I want to share. Nsalai Emmanuel, the quack, he don't write again for FBI, write again for the US Senate, write again for Attorney General for the United States, say may they label the AIG, the AMBAZONIA interim government, the AGovC, the AMBAZONIA Governing Council, the ADF, the AMBAZONIA Defense Forces, Tapang Ivo, Chris Anu, and the rest, may they label them as terrorists. I will show the letter where Nsalai Emmanuel don't write them against these FBI and these strong institutions for United States, and the letter lack substance and value. I will show now all of this when I go see them today for today's edition for Rebel TV. The next thing I go show them for now, it will be another temporal restraining order where we don't win them against Nsalai Emmanuel. Some of you no be know, 2 days ago, Nsalai Emmanuel be petition court, say may they put a temporal restraining order against Chris Anu, Tapang Ivo, and a couple of people for inside this revolution, and including the IG and the AGovC and ADF. The judge immediately looked through and said it is rubbish, and absolute rubbish. I will show you that letter for this particular edition of the program and make una see exactly why Ambazonia they win the revolution, why we don't make lawyers then become very frustrated and desperate, and why we don't make La République's sponsored Nsalai become very frustrated inside the United States and very weak. He is a bankrupt lawyer, according to the reports that we'll get from the courtrooms, very bankrupt. And we don't win all our cases against he, and he continue to express his frustration. Ambazonians, I could show you that one on this particular edition of the program. Whatever we say here is free speech, and free speech be protected under the First Amendment rights of the United States. Free speech be protected as one of the most protected rights in the United States, and especially thing where you talk on social media, it be very well protected. I will show now all those on this particular edition of the program. So cabin crew ready for departure as I go start this particular show. I will start off by showing you now the letter where Nsalai Emmanuel he writes for US government. He don't sue Nsalai Emmanuel when if you win simple temporal restraining order. It don't sue US government, the White House, FBI, and the rest against Ambazonia. Make a show una the letter, make una see them for yourself. Make a put them up. Where's the letter? 1 second. All right, here is the letter. Now hold on, I push out this letter. Okay, hold on. Okay, where's the letter? Okay, perfect. Okay, make a share this letter. When I hold on, make a pull it up. 1 second. I'll pull the letter up. Yes, I hope so when I see this letter. When I bear with me, make a increase. I'll go increase the screen so that make everybody see the letter way. Quack Nsalai Emmanuel writer. I go increase them, the font size, make everybody see. I will still increase them a little bit more, so that make everybody see the letter. Now bear with me, I try to increase my screen. I increase them a little bit. Okay, when I see him, Salai Emmanuel, he don't write again for US court. When I see him for myself, he describe him as the Cameroon Association, whatever he call. When I see him for here, whatever he called the Cameroon Association of Victims of Ambazonia Terrorism, on behalf of itself and members and victims and those similarly situated. Here to we quack, that quack, he write them. Because when you write against Ambazonia, you become a quack. And when I see I'm very, very keenly how this idiot he write against Ambazonia. When I look at very keenly, he write them, and his side now who? He write them versus what he talks say he be versus William Barr. Who is William Barr? Attorney General of the United States. When I see him for here, that means say Salah Emmanuel sue William Barr, Attorney General of the United States. When I see him Department of Justice, and he put the address. He sue Christopher Wray. When I see him for here, Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. When I see him again for here, he sue United States Department of Treasury and the United States Department of Treasury. When I don't see him for here, he sue him. And then he sue again the United States Department of Homeland Security and the United States Department of Homeland Security. When I don't see him for here, that means in Salah Emmanuel, he don't go mad. After we don't defeat it for court, he don't go really, really mad. And when I see him, you don't sue them when I see the date for here, I'll show you the date. When I see him for here, now the case number that, now the document that, when I see the name for here in Salah Emmanuel, we no get office for United States, he go create a fake office. This office na place when Salah know the work there again. That means that they don't dismiss it for this office, and get no known address for this office. So when I see him, he get only email and he get a phone number 7 the fair work. When you call them, Nigerians they pick them up. Ambazonians will show now all these quacks them for inside this revolution. Make a read them for you when I see them. Complaint for, he write and say complaint for injunctive and declaratory relief, writ, and mandamus. When I see them, say to compel defendants to comply presidential and congressional anti-terrorism mandate on Ambazonia. That means in Salah Emmanuel, it is sue these FBI, the White House, and all these big organizations. Say may they compel Ambazonia and may they describe Ambazonia as witty as terrorist group. When I see them for year, and I that when I see them, that letter that for the say may they describe Ambazonia as terrorists. And it talk again, say those in active concert and participation with them were arguing and using the United States of America as a safe harbor. When I see them for commit way to it describe them as international terrorism and also violent extremism and hate crimes and wait and all those is nonsense where they release them out. When I see Twin Salah Emmanuel in the right White House make they do against Ambazonia. Look, make I go down when I could see the complaint when Salah Emmanuel a writer. And this Salah Emmanuel, he been a picking for one of the most ugly ministers that will be die for inside Cameroon, where we don't thief money plenty for inside Cameroon, thief minister Christopher and Salah. Ambazonians when I sit with Salah Emmanuel write how many pages he write 500 pages against Ambazonia. Say may they describe Ambazonia as a terrorist group. When I look at very keenly, he said the defendants wait, he argue. I'm not going to read them plenty. Make I just scroll down when I see them. How will they complain long? Make I just scroll down when I see them. I'll go just scroll down when I go see them. Scroll down when I see how they always scroll down. It will continue. Scroll down. They talk material support for this. Scroll down. When I go see them. Scroll down. I still scroll. When I see how a person take it time for write all nonsense against Ambazonia. Scroll down. I show now. Scroll down. La République sponsored Salah Emmanuel. Scroll down. That means a lawyer for La République du Cameroon. Scroll down. Okay, when I see the kind of people the way in Salah, they accuse them. Number one, he say, see twin Salah right now. He say, wait, he accuse who? We must see those groups the way they accuse them. Make us see the number of people the way in Salah they accuse them. Now hold on, I will show one over here. I see Eric Tato in name. I see Chris Anu. I see Bo Herbert. He accused Bo Herbert, Chris Anu, Eric Tato, Tapang Ivo, Vela Franklin. It was a Vela Franklin of Florida. It talk with when I could see madness for inside this letter. When I see something for here, make I show when I go see madness for inside this letter. When I go see madness. Make a show una here. Una go see them for here for yourself. Salah Emmanuel don't really go mad after our defeat. Una go see madness. The number of names the way he list them. Okay, now in this, when I see the number of names the way he list them, it will say the above individuals and their cartel. Here the names the way he list them. Verla Franklin. It's a Verla Franklin Neweki, resident in Florida. Benedict Kwa, resident in Minnesota, employed by Securian. Here, how we call person employer, employed by Securian. Cho Ayaba, unasia Mark Barretta, Capo Daniel. He put Capo Daniel. He never know name for Capo Daniel. He put Capo Daniel. We Capo Daniel for Hong Kong. He say Bo Herbert, Akwanga Ebenezer, John Ba Akuro, residents in Maryland, are all engaged in what he describe them as terrorism. Ambazonians wanna see for yourself. Only end for the he go again for list the IG, the AGOVC, the ADF, the letter too long and so stupid to one of even read them. The IG, the AGOVC, the ADF, he list all kinds of whatever he can list. And then he write in name for years, sign with the fake law office way no get them and the rest. And they say when I see and they see the date, February 6, 2020. And he pushed this out for court yesterday. And they show now all this one make una see and say we don't defeat La Republic to Cameroon. They become very confused and stupid. And we did the right for FBI and the rest. They don't sue FBI, White House and the rest. The US Homeland Security, they don't sue them. So they describe Ambazonia as a terrorist group. But it no go work. Ambazonians will show now all this one, make una see the reality, make una see the harsh reality for inside this revolution. I go show una the next one, we go be na the lawsuit, we don't win them against Salah Emmanuel, and not be only the lawsuit rather, I go show una the temporary restraining order, where Salah upon all the defeat, we don't defeat, we get to pay we Ambazonia, according to the US court. Salah Emmanuel don't go on, they don't go give you a temporary restraining order denial again for the 5th time in the revolution. The first one against Tapang Ivo, they deny him. Second against Tapang Ivo, they deny him. Third against Tapang Ivo, they deny him as moot. Fourth, they deny him. The 5th one, he try him against the IG, the ADF, the AGOVC, Chris Ano, Tapang Ivo, denied. I will show enough here, make una see, I make a pull up the letter. Ambazonians, this is time for fact finding. I hope everybody they see my screen. Make a share my screen 1 second. Make a share my screen again. Okay, when I see my screen, right? Okay, perfect. I hope everybody they see my screen. When I see this letter, make a zoom them out. I will zoom this letter out. Okay, perfect. When I see the letter for here. We court denies Salah Emmanuel temporary restraining order. Where Salah go hide the head for Osai. Where again, not again. I mean, say this law, he practice his own law now for Osai because he talks say he been a Cameroon lawyer. Okay, anyway, a Cameroon lawyer, you understand Cameroon lawyer. He said before the court, it is an emergency. That means that judge write them for dismissing Salah case. Again, the latest as of yesterday. When I see him as of yesterday, when I don't see the date, I go show you the date. As of yesterday, judge write them for dismissing Salah case. Salah begin to ask for emergency application for temporary restraining order. When I see him for here, ex parte. It's an emergency application for temporary restraining order against who? When I see person with Salah one talks to me, they give temporary restraining order against Christopher Anu Budem. That means in Christopher Anu. Against who? Ambazonia Foundation. Against who? It's a Christopher Wetty, and then ma go on. When I go see the names of people where Salah want to make they give temporary restraining order against. That means that the stupid fool don't reduce itself to a temporary restraining order lawyer. When I say whether they deny it all the times. When I see for here, right, I say defendants, Ambazonia Foundation. When I see only names of defendants, Ambazonia interim government. When I see for here, interim government, may they give temporary restraining against interim government. When I see them again, Ambazonia Governing Council, AGOVC. When I see them again, Ambazonia Defense Forces. When I see them again, Tapang Ivo. When I see them again, Christopher Anu. When I see them again, it was a collective defendants. And then it was a NOSO, Northwest Southwest region. Typical La Republic fool. When I see him for Yama, go down. As at the show now, when I see how they call denying Salah Emmanuel, a temporary restraining order. When I see him for here, when I see him, Ma read that for here. I read this particular part more effectively. The court additionally notes that by seeking an order requiring defendants to make certain statements disavowing a lockdown, because Nsala Emmanuel he aimed for this temporary restraining order, Bidibina say, may they deny we more no talk any lockdown. When I hear yet we grand judge for inside federal court for America and the biggest of all judges for the world, yet we just write them. The court additionally notes that by seeking an order requiring defendants, when I see here at the show of a screen, requiring defendants to make certain statements disavowing a lockdown, that means say if you want and say make we make statements for talk say there shall be no lockdown anymore. Here it's a CAVAT, whatever you call and say Cameroon Association of Waiting Victims Against Ambazonia Terrorism. They call and say CAVAT, newly created organization only for this month where they create them for January. It's a CAVAT asked this court to compel defendants to make certain statements. That means say you want to we make court order me, a man of high political power, Chris Ano and the IG and the AGOFC for make statement for deny lockdown for Ambazonia. Yeah. When I see how we don't win La Republic for court, he say this type of relief raises, yet with grand judge writer, this type of nonsense of relief raises significant First Amendment considerations. You see to a judge writer, he say if you ask the kind nonsense for court, it may say you invoke a denial of the First Amendment. When I don't mean of First Amendment, that the most protected right in the United States. That means that you be free for talk anything you want to talk and using the social media. Here, inside case Raleigh versus Netar, Fed Witty, cite several cases. Judge also school you. That means judge teach the Pekin. This Pekin Salah man we know law. We know na Cameroon law. Judge teach the fool. Say yeah, the First Amendment protects not only the right to speak freely. Oh my God. Oh Lord Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Here, the First Amendment protects not only the right to speak freely, but also the right to refrain from speaking at all. That means you know if stop anybody from expressing his right or his speech or whatever on social media or any platform. You can say anything you want to say, but to do anything you want to do, that may be a problem. But to say it, you have the free right in the United States to say it. When I hear, make I go on. Just quote all kind things them. Quote all kind speeches them. When I see them. And then when I see my just to continue. It will say, for the foregoing reason, the court concludes. Yet we just conclude. Say the court concludes that CAVAT, the so-called CAVAT, when Ansala group, the organization we created for Los Angeles, CAVAT has not established that it has complied with the requirements for ex parte application for temporary restraining order or the preliminary injunction factors that favors the issuance of a temporary restraining order. Significantly, if CAVAT has established a likelihood of success on merits on one of its claims, notwithstanding the court's serious doubt about the viability of at least some of the claims, CAVAT has not established a significant likelihood that it will suffer irreparable harm. When I the same for year. And then wait till the court conclude. The court therefore denies plaintiff's ex parte TRO. Then right up here say, it is so ordered. Oh my God. Ambazonians, what do you need? If you don't get revolutionary orgasm, if God is on our side, who will be against us? Ambazonians, yeah, the court therefore denies ex parte TRO. It is hereby ordered. When I hear, that means a grand judge, you don't write them. It turns out like say, be very careful next time when you want to bring down Ambazonia, because we stand for the support of Ambazonia's right to the First Amendment. Una di hear for yourself. Make una go celebrate. Everybody una go celebrate the rights for Ambazonia for be free and an independent country. Ambazonians, we don't defeat La Republique. We don't defeat them for court. We don't bring down La Republique for any single factor where any human being feel looking from any angle. We've been living testimonies to the fact say Ambazonia is a victor and La Republique du Cameroon is the loser. Ambazonians, I want to understand one thing as we progress. The ADF, I will show you some video for here for the ADF, but before I show you that video, I will want to address one particular fact. The ADF no be willing in any way for repeat whatever was done against them for Bui. We don't show a lot of sympathy. We don't show a lot of sympathy even to our enemies. We don't show a lot of sympathy even to people where they become for can attack we. When I don't see video for here we how we soccer death, the incidents we happened yesterday for soccer death, the ADF teach other groups them how to behave with all other sister forces. Make we not treat them as enemy because we're one goal. Now La Republic to Cameroon. Ambazonia so now watch this particular video.
Now we own this. Any man give me the present to my own this. We should come and say give gun. They are gone without the give them for their own. Okay. They are gone without and I know show no gun there. Now we own this. Yes. Black. A black under the give. Now we own this. You should come and say on gun. Yes. In 11 of February 2020. Yes, we believe say all the people saw the camera, saw the hand the things and back for them. With the hand in good faith, we need the key man. We need the attack our friends them, we investigate, we investigate you, see and say you come for right way. Give all that things there. Yeah, so one God, you go find you the mission commander now, it's time for you to talk. Maybe your man will see all things they find. I beg no put them. No, channel. We'll be very happy to see who come to border the backs. We'll be very sorry for border the two. We'll repeat for the say who come out of another way. We'll big for the mega monosi. The Arab big man for this side Commander Sky, pass Sky for this side for Malindi, base for Canef 2. If the wait, we'll also bring on the tail we see. Commander Sky will take we. Where come we find? Kaki we for here. We come for here now. We can bring. Attack for talk good drunk, but we will be away. Say, perhaps Commander Sky will be away. Say, we come the night. The time goes to come back, we'll go in peace. We'll go in pieces. Amen. All for one. 11 of February. I will be a brother's keeper. 2020. I will say more talk one talk. The way to I feel do for you. I know say if you two do for me, I will like them. They say do to people. Do to others. What others will do to you? What others will do to you, you like. As it did. The reason why we take this material from this our brother then, because they become for ungodly hour. Will not be even expecting people to come for join we move go attack together. Yeah. So we see them, but from all indications, it shows they come now. Okay. They come now in peace. They not come for violence and will not carry on with the show because plenty vexation there will be exchange of where they don't be from that night up to now. So they hand back their material then they go back. I believe all the material is correct. Who's our mission commander this? All the material correct. Yes, sir. Okay. All nothing correct. No? One for the minutes. Okay. Bullet correct. Yeah, bullet correct. Okay. So today 11 of February. Now arms in this way, you know, put them young
Ambazonians, with the show now this one make everybody understand, say we get a very, very good policy, the ADF. Not for attack any of our forces and not for retaliate. But our leniency don't be taken for granted, and especially since before the spokesman become the deputy defense chairman for the ADF. And this they happen under my zone. I be give an order, so may they not do any execution on any of our fellow brothers and sisters. Whether be the pass for go make a patrol or for block road for against La Republic du Cameroon, but they not be take orders for we, and they not be coordinate with we for sure, for ensure say if we give them their security. But time way they be inform me about the security crisis. I take the order as the deputy defense in charge of the Atlantic for talk say may they apprehend them, may they not seize any of their weapons, but they may they teach them the ADF code of conduct and also give them a copy of the Geneva Conventions. Now you will want to see them for here for on a screen, want to see how the ADF behave very maturely for ensure say make we not repeat whatever happened in Bui, or not for revenge whatever happened in Guzang, or not for repeat whatever happened in Lebialem with Godfather Simoli and the rest. And we don't always try as much as possible for encourage other forces. Say may they as well behave like the ADF. We get one goal, na La Republic du Cameroon. When I don't see me recently, just yesterday, We see some force for inside Momo, where they don't attack one of the boys, then we know be even ADF boy. This boy, according to reports, be the Fight La Republic under the name ADF. Our own fellow sister forces catch this boy. Boss he head so they show how blood they come off for yet. And I ask myself one question. We don't even get a force from Momo where we not even identify this boy as an ADF boy. But if truly this boy be the fight under any name including the ADF against La Republic, why we go treat this boy so badly? So the boss head na so bloody come out. That is torture and that is a violation against human rights. And when the international community watch all of these videos, all of those torturing una, they torture una own civilians, how they go feel? Say una they fighting against una selves or una they fighting against La Republic. Now, I challenge that particular group where they be attack that boy where blood be the ooze out of the head. I challenge that particular group for show me just one video where they don't ever do them against La Republic du Cameroon. None. But yet, it is so easy to catch your own fellow brothers. Instead for catch them, for belong una, so that we fight against a common goal. We lock down, let's still continue. Una want show bravado, because una the fight for inside whatever you describe as county by county. Ambazonians, listen. We already passed that stage where we go retaliate against our own fellow brothers and sisters. But any threat we come for we will measure the intensity of the threat and we will deal with that threat accordingly, especially the internal threat. But we tell everybody for respect and for continue for respect human rights. We tell everyone for respect the Geneva Conventions. It be very, very important in a revolution as dicey as ours. It be very important in a revolution where most of our leaders are residing abroad. Ambazonians, make no man of fool una. Say una fit take gun, point them against your brother, shoot your brother, kill him, and you go win La Republic. No, you instead reduce the population and the potential recruits where they will join your forces to fight that big elephant. No group not bring down La Republic, not the ADF alone. Not whatever Red Dragons alone, not Amber Gorillas alone. All the groups can bring down that big elephant. No one man, no fi embrace baobab tree. You need all the hands around the baobab tree for embrace them. So make una keep the little forces who wanna get them. Make una keep the little soldiers who wanna get them. Make una preserve the lives of the little forces the way you get them. Don't waste your time to point weapons at people who are necessary and who are the capable people for fight against your enemy. You want to show bravado inside your own local community. You're just a local hero. Why you not take the fight, go for La Republic? Why you not catch one Ekelebe, put her down? Boss, he had me bloody cools out. What do you gain? Last week, we see the other one we happened for Santa Cruz and die. It carries on a whole Ambazonian guy. Even you don't do naweti, you punish it for public. You never see when and where La Republic du Cameroon punish what is their own for public. You never see them for outside. This revolution understands it be very premature, but we get to speed up with our maturity in this revolution. Because that prematurity, if it lead to the downfall of this revolution. I encourage all of these boys for ground zero, whosoever, wherever group you dare or whether you take command or under waiting. Listen and listen very carefully. The people where they get the real guns for ground zero, now the ADF, and no provoke situation where you know for end up. Will not be out for thief guns for people. When I don't see video, I don't show them for una. Will not be out for make people them suffer. When I don't see video, I don't show them for una. Will be out for instead share the real guns and for tell when I say when I stop the carry den guns. May man not fool you say because you're carrying den gun with use ngwasa bullet. If you take and fight ADF, you not go succeed. May man never fool you say if you take den gun, you fight La Republic, you not go succeed. You get to collaborate. Collaborate with the leading force. Humble yourself, collaborate, may they distribute, may they choose someone give you. The one the way they don't collaborate like Ayenke and the rest, they survive. They enjoy. The Bafut 7 Qatar they enjoy. General Aradke they enjoy. We don't need for assimilate groups that under ADF. We'll already be a big and leading force. We don't need more population. No. We just need to teach everyone the code of conduct. And it's a universal code of conduct. Ambazonians would encourage every Ambazonian to rise up, for stay very steadfast and for stay very strong. One of the last points that we're going to talk and go be at this particular point for Camto. When I ignore Camto in every facet, shape, and form, enablers they go come among winner. And I want to react to this particular message with this lunatic will be thief $2 million Sako Ikome talk. Say they go drive out Francophones them and make them understand say Francophones their security be in dire straits. Ambazonians, we they protect all civilians, all. And I go insist here as the Defense Forces spokesman. We'll never drive any Francophone from Limbe, and we'll not go drive out any Francophone from Limbe or Victoria. We'll never drive out anyone from Boya. We'll never drive out anyone from Bamenda, and we'll not go do them. We'll not go drive out civilians. Civilians get the right for stay in any part of Ambazonia where they want to stay in. And we'll not go segregate Francophones from Anglophones or people where they talk English from French for inside Ambazonia. We'll not go segregate. We'll not go cause a 1994 Geneva genocide or a Rwanda genocide. We'll not go cause them for inside Ambazonia. We'll not put out a Hutus versus Tutsi and whatever kind of fight in Ambazonia. No. Whatever Sako Ikome said, it is ludicrous and should be heavily discarded. This fight now against La République du Cameroon. And inside La République du Cameroon, we get people where they talk English. And all of those people where they talk English, where they fight for La République du Cameroon, their military terrorism group, those people they be wanted in Ambazonia. So at the end of the day, ask yourself this question. Are we fighting against Francophones or Anglophones? No, we are fighting against La République du Cameroon. So if you be an enabler, whether an Ambazonian enabler or La République enabler for inside Ambazonia, then you will face the consequences. Will they target a message towards Francophones? No, it will not happen. I no go be and I no go support anything where stand like genocide or smell like genocide. Never. La République du Cameroon, they target Anglophones. We no go the dirty route for target Francophones. We no go as low as them for target Francophones. No. Sako Ikome, you no get no military force or ground zero. You been a small boy and a thief man. So just kick out. Take your old head and kick out of this youth-led revolution. You no get no force and nobody no go listen for you for anything where you talk them. If it sounds like something that will bring us problems in future, it will not in any way be taken serious. And listen very good. We don't see attempts in the past by Chris Anu and the rest for bring the United Nations down in Ambazonia. There are key institutions we shall forever protect in Ambazonia. The first institution we shall protect and we will continue to protect are civilian lives. Regardless of race, regardless of culture, regardless of sex, regardless of gender, regardless of whatever origin you are, we will protect civilian lives. And that is enshrined in Article 2 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1948. We will forever protect civilian rights. Civilians stand as our first institutions or first institution for us to invoke the responsibilities to protect. And we will not segregate civilians. Never. So Francophones, you're very welcome in Ambazonia, but you have to respect the Ambazonia laws and you have to respect whatever is happening in Ambazonia. The second people we will forever protect in Ambazonia will be humanitarian personnel. We will not in any way attack any humanitarian personnel for any reason. And so all the doctors, all the nurses, all those humanitarian, you're very much welcome. We will invoke the 1949 Geneva Conventions on war or whatever you call war laws. We'll invoke its 2 additional protocols of 1977. We will invoke everything that will protect and guarantee the safe passage of every humanitarian personnel. We will not go the dirty route for invite ourselves to the ICC. No, we're fighting against La République du Cameroon. And if any of those humanitarian personnel they violate any of the 7 principles of humanitarian law, international humanitarian law, then they will be considered as the enemy. But they should respect the 7 principles, Henri Dunant's principles of humanitarian law, for they should have a safe passage in Ambazonia. So Ambazonians, make una discard all that fake messaging from Sako Ikome and the rest. Make una understand say we dey monitor this revolution tic-tac-toe, and make una understand say this revolution be very easy for win. 4 years down the lane, we don't cripple La Republic to Cameroon. We get a streak of successes. Who have been name them, have been list them for year, it be so much. And also, we wanna understand one thing. Even for inside United States court, we don't beat them. The US courts now know Ambazonia. Never in the history of Ambazonia. The US court now know Ambazonia. Now protect Ambazonia. So what do you need? Thanks to stupid Cameroon lawyers like Nsala Emmanuel, the US court now recognizes Ambazonia. What do you need? What do you need? We have succeeded in every facet from home ground. We have brought down the economy, reduced the GDP to about 2.7. We have made the country completely ungovernable. We've defeated them in the US courts. We've ridiculed some of their legal, so-called legal careers. What do you need? We've raised the potential, the bar of Ambazonia so high that La Republique du Cameroon is barely struggling to jump and touch. We'd already armed everyone on ground zero to protect all civilians and to protect their territorial integrity. We've given them the real guns, translated and transitioned from den guns to real AK-47s. We are now partnering with strong institutional organizations, strong groups that will give us even more to explode the enemies. We have now brought down those armored tankers and the rest. All of those tankers are now being easily taken out in Ambazonia. What do you need? Now the tell when I say when I lost. 11 February, I could barely think for a second that yesterday was 11 February. I could barely think. Who knew that yesterday was 11 February? An SY big day in Ambazonia has been reduced to something else, as to a sham, a scam, and a farce. We have brought down our republic. Next is 20th May. It will be an easy win. What do you need for us to prove to you that you have a country? But because you have a country, understand that it's still being infested. Don't build camps in the cities. Take your camps and go into the bushes. Don't build camps closer to where neighbors are that you don't understand. You don't know exactly where they are. Take your camps and go into the bushes. Ambazonians, you have a very good, legitimate fight. Your fight is well backed by the US courts. It's well backed by the White House. It's well backed by the FBI. That is why you've never ever heard any Ambazonian whatsoever, especially in the United States, being tagged as a terrorist. No. Because we respect the United States laws. We respect the Geneva Conventions. We are fighting as legitimate citizens to oust a Kakisto-Mobo plutocracy that has lasted for more than 40 years in power. So what do you need? Just recently, Trump placed sanctions on Cameroon. We are helping Trump to intensify sanctions against the Kakisto-Mobo Kakistocracy called La Republique du Cameroon. We are helping Trump. So someone comes up from some angle to tell you that you are a terrorist simply because you are helping Trump impose sanctions on a rogue regime that has killed millions of people across Ambazonia. What are you talking about? Ambazonians, you're on the right path to victory. If you have never been with Ambazonia, switch sides and join Ambazonia. This is the time for you to join the right and the winning team. I encourage everyone to share my page, to be on this page and to like this page. It is newly created. I've always been on Capo Daniel's page, broadcasting, advocating for the fight against genocide, war crimes, and crimes against humanity perpetrated by La Republique du Cameroon. So I would encourage everyone to keep being on this page. I will not announce when I come live because I'm a very busy man. But as I earlier announced, by the end of this month, we'll be rolling out a plan called the Zala Guns Project. We are raising $1 million. $1 million for the purchase of guns and bullets and explosives to fight and to equilibrate the force. Because, of course, we invoke what we call reciprocal force. The enemy uses a very large bazooka against an ant. The ant needs a bazooka against the enemy. So we need to rise up. We need an arms race against La Republique du Cameroon. Ambazonians on the right path. Thank you very much. And I'll leave you for today. I'll thank all those who have stayed with me to watch this particular edition. I intended to make it very short. Follow me on YouTube. You have my page, Rebel TV. And I want to thank all those who stood behind me in particular for winning all court cases against Nsalai Emmanuel, the Cameroon-trained lawyer. I want to thank everyone, every single Ambazonian. We won Padilla Sanga, who paid millions of francs CFA flying all the way from Germany to the United States. I thrashed him like a kid. I beat him in his ass like a kid in Los Angeles. That's why he cannot call my name on his page. He's ashamed to call my name on his page. But I can call his name because I beat him in court. So Ambazonians, you're on the right path to victory. Nobody can stop my advocacy because my advocacy is clearly in line with the international laws and also with the national laws. I have thrashed out Nsalai Emmanuel and his so-called pseudo plaintiffs. I've made them completely a ridicule in the eyes of the American legal system. I've made them a complete ridicule in the eyes of the Ambazonian people. We have succeeded. No one needs to ramp it up or say it loud. We have succeeded to bring down the Kakisto Mobo plutocracy called La République du Cameroon. If it smells like a kakistocracy, it is a kakistocracy. If it smells like a plutocracy, it is a plutocracy. If it smells like a mobocracy, it is a mobocracy. Thank you very much for watching. I thank you all for being steadfast to the Ambazonia cause and the Ambazonia revolution. I wish you all the best, especially your family life and careers, and do have a splendid day. Bye-bye.